service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC and Jib Jab greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top of your CNC local page. It was 4 years ago this week that Rochester area gasoline prices were closing in on their all-time high, $4.25 a gallon. It's quite a change from the situation in the summer of 2008 to the situation now. Our weekly look at the AAA's fuel gauge report shows gas prices are still falling, now for the 10th week in a row. The average price for a gallon of regular in the five-county Rochester region on Sunday was $3.55, down a penny a gallon from Saturday and down by 7 cents over the past week. So the price continues dropping at about a penny a day, down by 28 cents on average over the past month. AAA says the national average price has dropped on 68 of the last 70 days, and South Carolina has already broken below the $3 per gallon level. While the average is $3.55, plenty of stations in the Rochester area are selling for less, and we've spotted as low as $3.42 per gallon. The statewide average price for New York, currently $3.61. It's mainly the falling world prices for crude oil driving down our gasoline prices. Crude oil broke below $80 per barrel for the first time since last October. Oil buyers are looking at the slowdown of growth in the emerging economies such as Brazil, India, and China. Plus, there's no resolution in sight for the debt crisis in Europe. All that argues that demand for oil will keep dropping. And one other thing, the global economic concern means the dollar keeps getting stronger against other world currencies, which is not great for American exports, but good news for motorists. It also holds down the oil prices. The 2012 edition of the Xerox Rochester International Jazz Festival wrapped up over the weekend and appears to have set an attendance record. Festival organizers say 187,000 people attended the two-week event, up by 5,000 from last year, and about 45,000 people packed into downtown Saturday night for the final concerts and jam session. This time-lapse video was made by the Jazz Festival. It gives you an idea of that attendance. This year's festival featured artists from Norah Jones to Steve Martin. Those headliner shows and the club passes to the entire event sold out months ahead of time. The attendance probably owes something to great weather and to scheduling the event later in the year to avoid conflict with other major jazz festivals, as well as the talent lineup. Police have identified the man killed in a weekend motorcycle crash in Penfield as a Greece teenager. Christopher Salva, 18 years old, from Greece, was pronounced dead at the scene on Hatch Road in Penfield. The sheriff's department says his motorcycle went off the road and into a tree Saturday evening, and the cause is under investigation. On the west side, a Parma man was killed in a car crash early Sunday morning near the intersection of West Side Drive and Whittier Road. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says 29-year-old Brian Bruning Jr. also went off the road and hit a tree. He was pronounced dead at the scene, and that one is also under investigation. Rochester police spent Sunday night and early Monday investigating the murder of a teenager on Bay Street. Police say the victim was a 16-year-old boy shot in the torso near 531 Bay Street. He was taken to Rochester General Hospital and pronounced dead there. Investigators were still working the scene Monday morning. No arrests so far. This latest incident comes on top of 6 fatal shootings in the city last month as police put on extra effort to keep things quiet. A fire of unknown origin left a woman dead on Bay Street in Rochester early Sunday. 3 city firefighters were hurt. The Democrat and Chronicle says the victim was Aristine Gibson, a community activist who worked to build relations between the community and city police. She was 72. The Rochester Fire Department was called to the home about 2 Sunday morning. They found heavy smoke and flames and the bedridden victim trapped inside. Her son was injured smashing a window and trying to pull his mother out, but he wasn't able to hang on to her. 2 other people were able to escape. Gibson was pronounced dead at the scene. Her son, Anthony Gibson, and 3 firefighters who tried to force their way through the flames were taken to hospitals for treatment. 1 firefighter got serious burns to the ears. Meanwhile, a Hamlin family is safe after their home went up in flames Sunday morning. The Morton Fire Company says the Moscow Road family was sleeping in a trailer on their property to get away from the heat, and thus they escaped the fire. Their dog was saved from the burning house, and the cause of that one is under investigation. On this page, you can find links to these and other stories. At the bottom, links for you to use. Post us your news updates, sports, and salutes right from these pages. Next news as it happens, updates as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.